You're good. Yeah. No wild gesticulating. Dance. Yeah. You can dance, but only from your hips.
All right, we're going to put the lyrics up on the wall, and I invite you all to rise and join in singing Keep Your Heart Wide Open. job.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's hear it again for the awesome DUUC band. Welcome to the Sunday morning worship service at DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Suzanne Gowdy, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. Unitarian Universalism is a faith tradition committed to creating a just and flourishing world for all people. Our Universalist theology tells us that every person is worthy of love. Thus, when we say, whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. This is our message of love to you, inviting your whole self into this space to help us co-create a world centered on our values. We invite you to learn more about us and consider joining this community to enact our values of equity, justice, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. I have an announcement today. Your Board of Trustees needs your input. Every year, we hold congregational conversations on topics that are essential to our church's future. This year's congregational conversations center on our facilities, the building and grounds where our beloved community gathers every week. We want to know what strengths and challenges you notice about our space, as well as your hopes and dreams for our future. Today, after the second service, is our final congregational conversation. There will be a light lunch served at 12:30, and we'll meet from 1 to 3. Childcare is also available, and we hope you can join us. And did you hear that I said there is a free lunch? So please join us. Now, if you are online, I invite you to greet each other through the chat. And if you're present here, I invite you to turn to someone you did not come with and greet them with a wave and a good morning greeting.
Together, we light this chalice to center ourselves in this sacred moment. We call upon the ancestors, those who tend the flame before us. We call upon our children, whose brilliant spark remind us to seek out courage and challenge. We call upon one another to remind us we are never alone on the journey. We call upon ourselves to hear the call of this flame and to nurture it with love.
Good morning. Welcome to this place of love, this place of communal flourishing. We gather each week to open our hearts, to expand our minds, and to see the sacred within each other. Come, let us worship together.
Please rise in body and spirit and join us in our opening hymn, Our World is One World.
Our DUUC mission statement is who we are, who we have agreed to be. Please join me in reading our mission statement. We gather as an inclusive community to grow in character, mind, and spirit, and to transform the world towards fairness, love, and compassion. Our DUC vision statement is who we wish to be, who we want to become. Please join me in reading our vision statement. We strive to boldly enact our values towards a just world as we nurture our growth to become a more inclusive and deeply connected intergenerational community.
Our vision of beloved community is rooted in the relationships that we have with one another and the world. Each week we offer the opportunity to share aloud here joys and concerns of our congregation. Sarah McCone Chase shares that Iris McCone Chase is in an inpatient program for the next few days and asks that you keep them in your thoughts. Indeed, we will hold Iris as well as your whole family in our hearts. Don Dudica shares that on November 19th, his niece, Jennifer, aged 40, died of cancer. Her husband, parents, and siblings were by her side. This is the third death in the family in the last 10 months. We are holding you, Don, and your whole family in love as you navigate this grief, especially the grief of someone so young. And I light a candle today in honor of the Trans Day of Remembrance that happened this past week. Between the legislation of hate that was passed 2 weeks ago and now and once again honoring a day when so many have died for just being who they are. Let us hold all of our trans siblings in our hearts and let them always know that here, in this place, in this community, whatever gender expression you are is welcome. Whether your cares or concerns or joys are held in your hearts or spoken aloud, we care for one another in this community. This whole service is around how we care for each other in faith, hope, and love. I invite Carl to lead us in a meditative prayer.
I invite you to ground yourself in your chairs. Take a deep breath. Feel your feet connected to the floor. And when you feel ready, join me in song. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving
It is time to gather, and I would like to invite all the kids and young at heart to come forward and join me for a story. How are you guys doing today? Getting ready for your Thanksgiving break? Have a few days off of school? Well, today I have a story about being in community. And its title is I Am We. And it was written by Susan Verde and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. I know it is important to take care of me, to focus on my own breath, my own needs, to be kind to my mind. Sometimes I wonder, is that selfish? How does caring for myself help anyone else? But then I realize that the better I feel inside, the more I can be there for my friends and others, and my family and my community. Because I do not exist alone. I am part of something bigger than myself. And when we each take the goodness and self-compassion inside and turn it outward, that is how we make progress and change. How we build, create, learn, and show love. How we care for each other affects the world. I am more than me. I am we. When there are challenges and struggles, I can check on you. You can check on me. We can create a safety net so no one falls. And when there is hurtfulness and inequity, we can stand up for each other. We can sit, gather, march, sing, vote. Stronger in numbers, louder in voices, as we call for justice. When there are differences in thoughts and opinions, we can have a conversation, listening, disagreeing, and agreeing with gentleness, finding the right solution for all of us. When there is shyness and a feeling of not belonging, we can be the welcoming committee, interested and thoughtful, making sure there's a place for everyone. And when there are problems to be solved with creativity, I can share my talents, and you can share yours. We can combine our skills and ideas to dream up something spectacular. When there are good times, successes, and joy, we can celebrate and show our excitement and pride and encourage each other to keep on rising. Connection is how I grow. Connection is how we grow. Connected is what we are, part of a worldwide community, diverse and magnificent, kind and accepting, supportive and present, all of us important, none of us alone. I am not just me. I am we. And if we put our heads and our hearts together, and if we keep on caring for ourselves and each other, everything is possible. So I wonder, if after hearing this story, what's one small way you feel connected to others? Maybe to your family, or your community, or the whole world. Are there any ways that you feel connected? No.
We go to family hang night with the church families.
Yes, so last night was family hang night, so it was a time for the community of families and whoever else wants to show up to come and just hang out and run around and have fun and have conversation. Anybody else have an example of how you feel we instead of me? Becky. Volunteering. Being there for others. Yes. Singing, absolutely. Singing in community. Yes. Showing up, being there for people, yes. And that makes it more than me. It makes us a we, because it becomes a group. Listening, yes. Protesting. And it's much better to protest in a group than it is to be there by yourself, right? And then you can become a we. Absolutely. All right, thank you. Let's sing to the children.
Rebecca Solnit wrote, "Every minute of every hour of every day, you are making the world, just as you are making yourself. And you might as well do it with generosity and kindness and style. The giving of our treasure is how we reciprocate the many gifts we are given by this community and how we live our values in the world. Each Sunday, we offer our financial gifts to both this congregation and to an organization that gives life to these values and makes a difference in the world. This month's special collection is the Transformative Justice Law Project, nominated by DUUC member Alexis Trocchi, which provides free, zealous, life-affirming, and gender-affirming legal services. Based out of Chicago, TJLP consists of a group of folks who believe in the power of communal care over systemic oppression. At a time when trans people are under attack, TJLP is providing essential legal support to trans folks in Illinois. As we pass our offering plate, know that it is a vessel that connects us to each other through our gratitude and our generosity. So give freely of your thankfulness and abundance so that our values can forever take hold in the world.
faith, hope, and love. I chose this particular title for today's service because maybe like some of you, I feel like I need some of these things in my life. We're reaching the 11th month of the year, the 11th month of a dehumanizing presidency, and I'm a bit exhausted. My soul aches. And yes, that's the point. The Reverend Anna Bladel wrote the following reflection the year after the pipeline protests by the Oceti-Sakowin in the Dakotas. She entitled it, "This Grace That Scorches Us." I've updated a portion of it. Tending to the reason we were made, this ache that finally opens us, this struggle, this grace that scorches us toward one another, this tending is a spiritual practice. Faith is a practice of tending tenderly to the aches, to the pressing weight of the world, to the pervasive pains and violences that are personal, relational, political. Tending to ache is the work of faith. It can be exhausting work. I've been wondering what it means to practice gratitude and prepare for joy in the midst and mess of this exhaustion and ache. What does it mean to practice gratitude when last Thanksgiving, militarized police were turning pepper spray, attack dogs, and water cannons in sub-zero freezing temperatures against Native people on Native land in order to lay a dangerous and illegal pipeline for the sake of corporate profit? What does it mean to practice gratitude when this Thanksgiving, 1 year later, that very pipeline has ruptured, spilling over 200,000 gallons of oil, contaminating sacred land, sacred water? What does it mean to prepare for Advent, to make room in our hearts and our world for the birth of Jesus, a Palestinian Jew born to refugee parents without legal status or documents, while ICE agents are on the streets kidnapping, disappearing loved ones? What does it mean to give thanks when life is simply and profoundly unlivable for so many and becoming increasingly unlivable every day? When we live in a country with a president who would today very likely deport the divine, be that Jesus, Buddha, or Muhammad. If you are feeling exhausted, you are not alone. The crisis of exhaustion in this country is one of oppressed people, particularly Indigenous and Black people, those who have been living with and in and through for generations. The Hebrew word for hope, tivka, means a binding together, an interweaving. Hope begins by tending to our tender togetherness, the interwoven connections with one another and the divine that we can simply not afford to sever. Tivka hope is never triumphant, but is always tender and always tending to our longing for a more just, more loving, more livable world. The Christian mystic Therese of Lisieux taught that we come to know God by participating in God. Participating in God is the practice of faith, organizing communities, enfleshing collectives of resistance and insurrection, practicing care that is fierce and tender and generous and transformative. I am aching inside, beloveds. There's a line in the song Highwaymen by the Brandi Carlile group of the same name where it says, "My heart broke for all the world." And I'm holding that very much in this moment because my heart is broken. And not just by the pain, generations worth, that we are encountering every day, but by personal and individual grief and pain. It has been a season, and I know that it has been a season for many of you as well. You have personal disappointments, losses, grief, sadness. When we compile the individual with the collective, it becomes a deep ache, an overwhelming sense of brokenness. Yet if hope means to bind together, how can we not do that and do it with great and abiding love? This community cares for one another. Not always perfectly or completely, but it cares. Oftentimes our cares are big and life-changing, but we all know that sometimes grief or overwhelm is not from the life-changing moments, but the buildup of small griefs and piling on of news story after news story. As you entered this space, you were given a leaf to write on. And I invite you today to write on the leaf a care that you have. It can be big, it can be small. It could simply be your name. It could be the name of someone you love. It could be a test in school you have coming up, or a procedure, routine or not, that you are holding anxiety about. But write on your leaf a care. You may add your name if you wish and the date as well. And during the music that we'll be hearing shortly, we'll pass a basket to collect these cares, and we're going to place them on our prayer tree outside the sanctuary. As you leave, we invite you to take a leaf that you did not write, take it home and put it in a place where you will see it every morning for the next week. Your refrigerator, your bathroom mirror. And as you prepare your breakfast or you brush your teeth, I invite you to send a prayer, to put into the world an affirmation for that person or that care, binding you every day for a week to the person on that leaf. We're going to try this for the next few weeks in the hopes that everyone will feel a little bit more connected, a little bit more tended to, a little more loved. And as you write and pass your leaves, I invite you to join in singing. A poem by Jan Richardson. Here's one thing you must understand about this blessing. It is not for you alone. It is stubborn about this. Do not even try to lay hold of it if you are by yourself thinking you can carry it on your own. To bear this blessing, you must first take yourself to a place where everyone does not look like you or think like you, a place where they do not believe precisely as you believe, where your thoughts and ideas and gestures are not exact echoes of your own. Bring your sorrow, bring your grief, bring your fear, bring your weariness, your pain, your disgust at how broken the world is, how fractured, how fragmented by its fighting, its wars, its hunger, its penchant for power, its ceaseless repetition of the history it refuses to rise above. I will not tell you this blessing will fix all that. But in the place where you have gathered, wait. Watch. Lay aside your inability to be surprised, your resistance to what you do not understand. See then whether this blessing turns to flame on your tongue, sets you to speaking what you cannot fathom, or opens your ear to a language beyond your imagining that comes as a knowing in your bones, a clarity in your heart that tells you, this is the reason we were made, for this ache that finally opens us, for this struggle, this grace that scorches us toward one another and into the blazing day. What does it mean to do pastoral care as a minister? Well, the very first thing I can tell you is that it means something different today than it did many years ago. Many, many years ago, a minister really had only 3 parts of a job: scholarship, specifically in order to do the second part, preaching and worship, and pastoral care. And ministers often trained to do far more than what we actually call pastoral care today. They were actually trained as therapists in marriage and family systems. Nowadays, ministers can add staff supervisor, religious educator, administrator, executive director, social justice warrior, and you can continue the list. So many things are added to our plate that it looks very, very different. And it isn't just that we have so many things on our plate. It's also that there are 375 of you with children and just one of me. And ministers aren't even trained in therapy these days, thank God. We're trained to help with existential crises of life, and we get training on general therapy techniques, but we are not therapists. While there are moments you may lament the change in the ministerial role, I do on occasion. It was a much simpler time. There is an unintentional gift that was given with the change in these circumstances. Care for one another. Care for our community became communal. Care is truly a shared ministry. All you have to do is ask our pastoral ministries associates. Exercising a compassion, a form of compassion with one another. And do you know that the root of the meaning compassion is actually to suffer with? And that is certainly what our PMAs attempt to do. It's what our community attempts to do. Our new prayer tree, the time in worship where we share the cares of our community, our Facebook page that shares our joys and concerns, and our PMAs are all part of a large web that attempts to care for each of us as individuals and as a community. And that is not including all of the many other relationships you have with one another, which are here to help, guide, and care and support you. Yet this gift of communal care attends to another piece that I find especially important. In Jan Richardson's piece that I just read, she writes, "To bear this blessing, you must first take yourself to a place where everyone does not look like you or think like you. A place where they do not believe precisely as you believe, where their thoughts and ideas and gestures are not exact echoes of your own." I think a lot about this past week, this segment of this poem, and if I could paraphrase what she wrote, I would say that she's asking us to get some perspective. And oof, if that isn't a lesson I need to learn right now. Especially as everything is intentionally wearing us down, making us feel overwhelmed. It is not my job to carry the weight of the world. Repeat that with me. It is not my job to carry the weight of the world. It isn't even my job to carry the weight of this congregation, even when I tell myself it is. What I hear in her words is an invitation into spaciousness, what I might call grace, to share burdens, to evaluate the seriousness of those burdens, and to consider new ways of thinking about those burdens. This is not meant to lessen the burdens we face. After all, we feel what we feel. But putting things into perspective helps me remember that we're not alone, nor are we expected to solve all the problems of the world or even our own necessarily. But Richardson's challenge to come to community reminds me of another way that our entire system wishes to make this whole conundrum of the world feel impossible. M. Jade Kaiser writes this: "We are sold such terrible lies about how to survive in this world. Lies we inherit that enable capitalism to run smoothly. Lies that ensure white supremacy will not falter. Lies that secure patriarchal values in our homes and movements and churches and hearts. The slow work of learning and unlearning the insidious teachings of destructive systems and norms helps us to separate the causes from the symptoms, even as we address them both. Tending to our own healing from systemic violence, spiritual and physical, enables us to interact differently with the still gaping wounds in others who wish to harm, letting our own hearts break when they need to. Feeling what we need to feel without judgment or shame strengthens our ability to be in true solidarity with one another, to withstand the losses and imagine the possibilities together. Care in community not only offers us perspective and sharing of our burdens, but it offers a way out of this whole damned mess. Kaiser continues, "We transform ourselves to transform the world," said activist Grace Lee Boggs. "This is not instead of fighting for equality, justice, and liberation, but as the process by which we do it. This, not instead of feeling angry, not rather than holding people accountable, not by avoiding rage or neglecting resistance, but as the recognition that all of this, too, at its best, is love work." I believe that when we care for one another, we put one more nail in the coffin of oppression. When we share our concerns, sorrows, and joys, we build faithful resilience. We bind ourselves together in hope, and we embody the love that will hold us through it all. The care we show one another is how we lay our burdens down and make it through. How we survive so that we can thrive. And through it all, our faith, hope, and love will allow all to flourish when we model these virtues here and bring this beloved community to the world.
All right, let's stand up and sing this like we mean it. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burdens down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burdens down. What do you feel like? Feel like shouting, hallelujah, since I laid my burdens down. I'll feel since I laid my burdens down. Talk to me about life. Life is sweeter, so much sweeter, since I laid my burdens down. Life is sweeter, so much sweeter, since I laid my burdens down. Feel like dancing, hallelujah, since I laid my burdens down. Feel like dancing, hallelujah, since I laid my burdens down. Last one. Love is shining all around me, since I laid my burdens down. Love is shining all around me, since I laid my
Thank you to our new DUUC band, because you rocked it. This place, beloveds, is where we lay our burdens down. And we don't just leave them here, we carry them with one another, suffering with and holding each other in all the moments of both care and joy. Remember to take a prayer leaf on your way out. Hold one another through this week. We all need a little bit more grace, a little bit more love, a little bit more tenderness these days. May we bring this love to the world.
Go lifted up, love bless your way. Moonlight, starlight, guide your journey into peace.
Please join me in reading our chalice extinguishing words. We extinguish the light of this chalice, but not the light in our hearts. Until we meet again, may the warmth of our community carry you.